Did you get a big tax refund this year? Maybe you got a big tax refund last year. Are you a taxpayer that typically celebrates getting back a big tax refund?
And I say, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Guys, it is tax season, and like many of us right now, we are thinking about all of our dollars that we need to save and keep in our pocket. But a part of the dollars that we are also thinking about is the money that gets to come back to us in the form of a tax refund. My name is Carlton Dennis, and welcome to our segment on Taxes Made Simple. Today, we'll be going over why you should not be excited about receiving a tax refund. Let's get started. Well, first off, I'm very keen on keeping money in my pocket. And if I know that the government owes me money, I'm going to want to receive that money back. But one thing that you have to understand is that receiving a federal tax refund is not a good thing, especially for someone who's trying to build wealth. So let's talk a little bit more about why receiving a refund is a bad thing. First thing you have to understand about refunds is that refunds means that you are receiving money back, which means you overpaid the government.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
So if we're in a situation where we overpaid the government, how does this mean that it's a bad thing? Let's break this down. Well, first off, if you're overpaying the government, that means that you have given the government an interest-free loan for 365 days. You're pretty much telling the government, here's my money and here's a little bit of extra change, a tip that you can go utilize and spend as you need. And then when it comes time for me to file my tax return, just make sure that you provide that money back to me.
Got him!
I don't know about you guys, but I don't like giving the government any more money than they're absolutely due, nor do I want them holding on to my money for me throughout the year if I can have that money being held by myself. So I want to make sure that you guys understand how you can control your finances. Let's talk more about it. In order to control your finances, you have to first understand what is a W-4 form. A W-4 form is a form used to adjust your federal tax withholdings with your employer.
What did he say?
This form gets submitted back to your employer typically when you're working in the first few weeks. And it also gets submitted to the IRS, the payroll department, so they are aware of how much money you would like withheld on every single paycheck. Part of the reason why we have to fill out these W-4 forms is because the government wants to know how much money you should be withholding on every single paycheck you receive based on the deductions you receive. Sometimes you may have a child that qualifies to be on your tax return, or you may be filing married. And if you are, you're provided with additional tax deductions that single filers or filers without children or dependents receive. In the interim, you can adjust your withholdings on your W-4 form so that you can take home more money each paycheck, knowing that you are going to receive that tax deduction to avoid the taxes associated on that income. So essentially what you're doing is you're adjusting your withholdings to claim more money on every single paycheck, and in return, you're not making back a refund. Let's talk about why we would rather do this. When it comes to building wealth, we have to look at time value of money. We have just gone through a pandemic when I'm filming this video. We're in the year of 2021. And if you're in the year of 2021, you've noticed that the cost of living has gone up every single year. One of the items that wealthy people like to focus on is time and money. And if you've ever heard of time value of money's philosophy tells you that it makes more sense to have more of your money on hand due to the fact of inflation. If cost of living is going to continue to rise, but your ability to make more money does not match the cost of living going up, then it does make more sense for you to have more of your money on hand.
You are my best friend.
Let's discuss why. Part of the reason why it makes more sense for you to have more money on hand is because you're able to multiply that money quicker due to the fact of inflation and the cost of living going up. If I have the ability to take an additional $2,000 to $5,000 or $6,000 or $8,000 and invest it, I might be able to make money faster rather than waiting to receive that $2,000 or $4,000 or $6,000 or $8,000 in the month of April, maybe 8, 9, 10 months later. So I'm delaying my ability to earn more income, I'm delaying my ability to build wealth, and I'm delaying my ability to invest. Now, if you're someone who also likes to make more money, listen up. Adjusting your W-4 form is how you can make more money. Here's how you do it. When you are looking to adjust your W-4 form, the first thing you have to understand is the federal tax brackets. There are 7 federal tax brackets in the United States. However, based on the amount of money you make does not mean that you fall only into one federal tax bracket. You may fall into multiple tax brackets. Let me explain. Since the IRS has established 7 federal tax brackets, in order for you to be taxed, you first must go through the 10% tax bracket. Once your income has grown and you have exceeded the threshold of the 10% bracket, any money that exceeds the 10% bracket will be taxed in the 12% bracket. This same pattern falls into the 22%, into the 24%, into the 32%, all the way up to the 37% tax bracket. So what this means is that just because you make a lot of money or you make a good amount of money, that all of your money is being taxed at one tax bracket. That is simply not the case. You must first, as a taxpayer, fill up each bracket, and then based on the amount that is left over, that amount is taxed in its final federal tax bracket. If we understand how much money is going to the IRS based on these federal tax brackets, then we can adjust our withholdings to report the exact amount of money we should have being withheld on every single paycheck.
Say what?
Not to mention, the state tax brackets are online as well. By calculating our state tax, we can adjust our state withholding as well to know exactly how much money should be withheld on every single paycheck, putting us in a better position to claim a little bit more income. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I want to make sure that I'm receiving the most amount of money I possibly can receive on every single paycheck and paying the least amount of taxes I need to pay on every single paycheck. So if you're someone like this, then doing a W-4 analysis might behoove you. Additionally, studying the federal tax brackets and learning a little bit more about withholding is going to put you in a better position to build your wealth. My name is Carlton Dennis. If you like this video today, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel so I can make more videos like this for you. And feel free to like and subscribe and comment on this video so we can work this YouTube algorithm and get more views and more videos out like this. I look forward to chatting with you.